Jay, do you ever watch reaction videos?
I have seen reaction.
You know what they are, right?
Yeah, I tend to go for the first time they've ever heard like "Slow Ride" by Foghat reaction videos. That's me.
So you have a car enthusiast here sitting next to me in side shot, and I don't think you know about this. I'm gonna tell you along with our audience, our listeners and watchers here, viewers.
And now I'm one of you.
And yeah, there you go. So Toyota registered a trademark name, and then they're going to call it a Trailhunter. Okay, now, this picture right here, this is just somebody's rendering. We don't know that that's what it's going to look like, okay? That's just somebody's, like, we think. Yeah. So, you know, it has the word trail in the name, Trailhunter, okay, all one word. And people immediately are thinking, what? What would you think if you hear that?
I would think something, well, speaking of like when I was talking about your FJ, I would think about something like the FJ or a Land Cruiser, but like something probably with four-wheel drive that can go out and go through go wherever you want with it. So,
you know, we don't know at this point what the intent is, other than it looks like they are planning a new model, right? And they're going to call it the Trailhunter. And this was a U.S. trademark filing, so they're going to potentially sell it here in the United States. Now, I love this. Like, did you see the thing on CarBuzz, Jay, where they said, you know, the word trail doesn't always guarantee that it's going to be off-road?
Yeah,
and the example that they gave was one that we always talk about, right? Which was
Blazer.
Yeah, right. The Trailblazer.
Trailblazer. Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's a SUV. It's a soccer mom ride or something.
And like I commented,
and I hope you soccer moms don't get offended by that. But that is truly the term that we use for those.
Unless you're playing, you know, soccer in Canyonlands in the middle of Utah.
I mean, what else? We could call it a station wagon if you'd like. I mean, if that makes you feel better. So there you go.
Yeah, so, you know, and we were talking on the drive out here before his time, but I explained the Blazer, the Chevy Blazer, and the Ford Bronco used to be rivals. They were comparable model. They were the same class vehicle. And now look at how, you know, no pun intended, they've taken different trails, right? So one's targeted at an off-road crowd, and one's targeted at soccer moms, I guess, right?
Fork in the road here, man. Fork in the road,
right.
So, you know, and it's funny you bring up the whole Ford thing, and you know, that's, you know, Ford, Dodge, and GM have always had the rival 4x4s. It's just always been a running thing. Yeah, I'm a Dodge man, or I'm a Ford man, or I'm a GM guy, I'm a Chevrolet, or whatever. Bow tie power, whatever. But you know, Toyota has never really actively gone after that in competition, so it's kind of interesting to see them take a swing at Ford and Jeep if this is going to come to fruition, because again, gosh, I mean, how many times can we say this? We knew where the market was going, you know, when we were at the last SEMA show. Well, I mean, everybody is paying attention to the Overland crowd, and they get it and they understand. They're hearing you loud and clear.
All Toyota has to do is open up, like, you know, Kelley Blue Book, or, you know, one of these like used car valuation guides, and look at their products that are targeted at off-road crowds, like the old FJ, Land Cruisers, you know, some of the Forerunners that are of a current generation that are a little bit more off-road capable, and look at the used resale value of those things. And Toyota's got to be looking at that going,
oh, well, wow. that's actually part of this. They were mentioning that it says Toyota knows there's a market for dedicated body-on-frame off-roaders, as is evidenced by the high prices commanded by old FJ Cruisers. Period.
Yep.
They get it. They know. So they're paying attention to that. And I am not surprised that FJ's draw that much of attention because they're kind of rare too, even, you know?
The best favor Toyota ever did for me was to discontinue the FJ the year after. So mine's a 2014. That's the last year that they made them. That's literally the best thing they could have done for me in terms of keeping my value where it is. I mean,
right. Well, if you're going to exit stage left with the Landcruiser, and we said this a couple podcasts ago, and you don't have anything to replace it with, at least maybe this is some hope that Toyota's going to come back in with something that may help dominate that overland market, you know. So we'll see how that works out, because I really don't see the 4Runner is nice, and it has some capabilities, but it's not what the Landcruiser of years past was and what it could be. And that's kind of the thing that, you know, we beat up on Nissan about the same thing, not being innovative and coming out. I mean, my goodness, man, they didn't change the design of the Frontier for 17 years, and now they've got a new design coming out. The Pathfinder's coming out, so there's a lot of changes there. They are paying attention to the Overland crowd, and they are hearing you loud and clear. So I expect that there's going to be some pretty robust platforms out there across the board with every manufacturer that plays and dabbles in that game. So, and now Toyota's putting their feet in.
As soon as we find out more, you know, we'll let you, our fans and listeners, will be the first to know. How can people find out if they want to find out more?
Go to partscountergurus.com.
Okay, now what about like if being notified if there's like new news on any of these, you know, Toyota vehicles, or, you know, really anything? I said the word news, by the way. What can they do?
Hit the bell.
Live.
Hit the sorry, Pavlovian response. They can hit the bell, click the bell, tap the bell. Yep. Okay, hit the subscribe button. Yep. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You heard it. You heard it.
Man,
here.
I tell you what. Hey, Side Shot's doing a great job over there. Thank you for being on our show today too, man. It's good to see you, by the way.
I'll tell you